Oh, hey there, how are ya? I was just sending a text message to a friend. Oddly enough, that's what we're going to talk about today. Text messaging and why it is so dang popular. Why, in this day and age, everybody wants to send a text message. Is it because it's convenient? Is it because it's cool? Is it because we're all about instant gratification? It's all three. Let's face it. Text messaging offers us the ability to send a message and get an instant response. Text messaging is convenient because, let's face it, if you're in a hurry like I am all the time, it is easier for me to pick up my phone and send a message and ask somebody to meet me somewhere or to pick something up for me, or if they can pick up my kids, or if anything like that, to communicate. It is so much easier and so much faster to send a text message than to have to pick up the phone. Plus, I don't have time to talk on the telephone. I don't. Just like probably you don't. That is one of the reasons why text messaging has become so popular in this day and age. The other reason, it's privacy. You're in an elevator. You need to send a text message to your significant other, to your mom, to your boss, to your teacher. Maybe not your teacher, but to your mom, your boss, your significant other. You need to send a message, but you don't want everybody to hear you. Let's face it, if you're like me, you do not like hearing other people's conversations, especially in small confined spaces. You can send that message and you can have that conversation and nobody will know what you're talking about. Whether you're arguing, whether you're getting along and lovey-dovey, no matter what it is, or it's something personal, no matter what it is, they don't know because they can't hear you. Text messaging offers convenience. The other thing that it offers, multiple conversations. You need to talk to 2 or 3 people at once. You start a group text. You send that message, you send that one question to everybody. That is so convenient. Being a team mom of my son's baseball team, you don't know how convenient and how time-saving it is for me to put everybody's phone number in a text message and to send it, and everybody to give their responses. That way I don't have to go looking for their responses, whether they're going to be at practice, whether they're going to be at picture day, whether they're going to be able to volunteer. It's all right there. Convenience, convenience, convenience. Messaging, it's nothing new. We've been doing it since the time of AOL, IMs. I'm old. Some of you are a lot younger than me, but I've been around. My first computer had instant messaging on it, AOL Instant Messenger on dial-up. So it's been around for a long time. It's nothing new. It's just in this day and age that we have so many other apps like Snapchat and Facebook Messenger and Instagram direct messaging and group messages, and I'm sure there are so many other out there. Tweets, you can tweet, you can have conversation tweets now. That's more public than text messaging, but there's so many ways to message and so many ways to get your conversation started and to get your point across and to get your questions answered. Oh my goodness. Then calling. Let's face it, I don't have time to be on the phone, and if I call somebody like my mom, it's not going to be a 2-minute conversation. It's going to be a 30-minute conversation. And it's easier for me to send a text message than it is for me to listen to her prattle on about what she bought at the grocery while I'm trying to get this kid to practice or that kid to practice. Studies show that 55% of teenage girls, that's their preferred method of communication. It's the new 3-way calling. And smartphones, let's face it, these days, there are so many ways to get a smartphone. You can make payments, you can buy it outright, you can buy it off Facebook Marketplace, you can buy it off Craigslist, you can buy and have a smartphone, and it makes it so much easier. Some of the downsides to text messaging is that you can send a message to somebody, and if they don't want to talk to you or they don't want to deal with you, they ignore you. Is that a positive or a negative? Depends on what the conversation was about. The other downside to text messaging is it is making us stupid. You know I'm right. It is making us stupid. We don't use proper grammar when we send text messages. If you're like me, I shorten words. I cut things out. I'm not a dumb person, and I have pretty good grammar. But when I send text messages, I try to make it short and sweet. And I'm seeing more and more in my job with people send emails and in school discussions and things that it's kind of translating over. So what do we do about that? Do we take the time and use correct grammar, or do we just pay more attention when we type out in the world and make sure that we're grammatically correct? There are ups and downs to text messaging. The other downfall to the rising popularity of text messaging and messaging is everybody has their cell phones out all the time. You can be in a room full of 10 people. Nobody will be talking to each other. They're messaging on their phones. They're scrolling on their phones. So, while text messaging offers the convenience and the swiftness and the privacy of conversations, there are also some downfalls to it. So, let's be careful about how we text message, who we text message, and let's talk to one another. Let's also not text and drive. Thanks for your time. Bye-bye.